Hello, welcome back. This is the final reveal of the M911 and the M747 trailer. As you can see, it's all finished, all nice and neatly done. And you can see the winches there. I've changed the cables, as you'll remember from one of the videos when I built the winch gear. Changed the cables, changed some of the tubes that are on there as well, and put real silicon tubing on. You can see in the toolbox on the top of the trailer there on the swan neck, put a bit of chain in there. You might also be able to see a sledgehammer that's knocking around in there somewhere. It was glued onto it should have been glued onto the side of the trailer, but there was no visible means of support for it, so I painted it up and just dropped it in there. These tighteners here are for the we used to call them dogs, tightening the chains up for your load. Changed the planking, put real planks on there, real wood for the landing gear, as you can see. That looks a bit more realistic. The air tanks there, it's a 4-axle trailer, 8-wheeler as we used to call them, and the ramps at the back are simply torque bar operated and held up with chains. Around the back, if we can see something around the back there, yeah, you can see most of it. See most of it there. You have to excuse the shaky camera work. It's too big to have it turning around on my desk. So, and it's too damn cold outside. So I'm hand holding the camera. It'll be alright. The backdrop was donated by my wife. Don't tell her, it's one of her scarves. The spare wheel there. Fuel tanks. I've done a little bit of weathering on this one, as I've mentioned in the video. I've not done a huge amount. You can see bits of rust here and there. You can see bits of oil stains running down from the fuel tank, and also rust stains from the exhaust pipe. Going around the front, you should be able to see some of the front of it. Yeah. And again, it's a very detailed kit. I'm very happy with it. It's come out really well. One thing I'm not happy about is this window here. As you can see the frame on it. The front windscreen was exactly the same, and what I did was I used a Sharpie, black Sharpie pen, and drew around the edge of the window, but you can't do it on that side one. It just doesn't avail itself for it. You can see a little bit of the inside of the cab there. There's quite a lot of detail in there, but you can see much more of it on the video that's covered building the cab, put the cab together. Bit of a look around the other side of it, and exactly the same thing with the quarter light window, as we used to call them. I don't know what they call them now. They don't really have windows like that, a little quarter light window. Same thing there on that one, I'm afraid. The mirrors, simply painted silver. Made the Susies out of a piece of steel wire, chrome plated steel wire, 1mm, because the wire that they provided was simply a little piece of red and blue electrical wire, and no matter what you did with it, it didn't look like a Susie. It simply uncurled, or the curls were too big. That has come out fairly realistic because it's a very stiff wire. Obviously it's a steel wire. And spare wheel on top of the swan neck there. You can see the hammer a bit more clearly there. It was supposed to glue on at the side here, but there are no brackets or anything to hold it. It just it would have just been hanging there. Didn't make any sense at all. Didn't look at all realistic. And that is about it. Really pleasant kit to build. It's kept me out of mischief for quite some time. Enjoyed building it. And I would recommend the Hobby Boss kits. There's lots of detail in them, and they're quite fun to build. If you have any comments or questions, by all means leave them in the boxes below, and it would be absolutely great if you would like and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. Ta-ra!